This weekend we are having the African Student Association involved in a series of symposium. First, today it's positively impacting Africa. We are all here for the African athletes who came here who have had the chance to get a good education. And our education is supposed to enable us to see the problem in Africa. So we'll be talking about the ways in which we can positively impact Africa. So that's for today, and tomorrow we will talk about the independence in Africa. 17 countries have celebrated their independence this year. So we would like to take the chance of this year to at least analyze their success, their failures, what they did wrong, and maybe provide ideas that can help us in the future to not do the same failure. So today we are very glad to have Roland and Sylvain. They came from Pennsylvania. They drove 10 hours, 10, 12 hours to come here. So I'm really glad to have them. It's really an honor. And I talked to them. I think they are really impacting Africa. They are starting a process by which the end of which can be very positive for Africa. So I would like to invite Roland.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thanks for having us. We do apologize for being late. We realized you could have been doing something better on Saturday, but you chose to be here with us. So I'll briefly just give a 10-minute talk. It's the appetizer. He'll be giving the full course. Please bear with me. So before we start, I do want to just run through a couple of slides, and we'll see if you can guess where these pictures were taken. Anybody?
Ken. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ashley. All right. Next one, please. Ghana. Okay, all right.
Why do you know that? No one lives there.
No one lives there. All right, next one.
Oh. North Africa.
You mean you guys have snow in Africa?
Yeah,
Snow-capped mountains? Wow. Okay. You were right.
Oh, man. Well, this doesn't help. This could be anywhere.
It is in Africa.
Djibouti.
Oh,
I see.
Yeah, right. Most people think Djibouti, they think desert, you know.
That's Kenya.
Okay. That's right.
it's perfect.
I know, right?
Huh. Well, I want to say South Africa.
South Africa?
Okay, no more South Africa. This is actually, yeah.
Oh, man.
You represent.
Oh,
that's a very nice picture. That's Côte d'Ivoire.
Egypt. There you go. Egypt. Even Egypt. Most people think Egypt, they think pyramids, camels, desert. But that's what Cairo has a nice. And lastly?
Tunis. It's Tunis. Walid, have you been Tunis? Top man.
Yes, Côte d'Ivoire.
This is Accra, Ghana.
That's your place.
Oh, I see.
All right. Now, when most people think of Africa, what you're probably used to seeing is something similar to, can you click on the next slide, please? Something similar to this, the starving baby, or can you click on the next one? Again, sickness and disease.
Ethiopia.
Child soldier.
Somali.
Or if you open a newspaper, maybe you'll see something like this from some politician. Next, please. Now, is it that these things are not true? Of course they're true. The question is it the truth and nothing but the truth? And so that's what we're here to discuss tonight. So the first question I have for you, the audience, why is it that you think the latter images are shown in the media more so than the former images?
Fascinatingly, we have a fascination in this country, for instance, with wealth and Forbes magazine and all of these types of things. However, when I think our self-perceptions of richness hinge largely upon the ability to compare negatively with other places, you can build yourself up through looking down in a sense, and I would say that probably is the main one. But then furthermore, I think, it's driven by this desire to elevate kind of desires for humanitarian aid in these countries. So it's heartstraight by saying, look at these people, they're suffering, send money. And then again, like you pointed out, there's some truth to it, but something's lost in the process, maybe.
It's a very good point. Anybody else?
Additionally, the media process, that the media generally capitalizes on things that are negative images. It draws in more viewers to show something that's bad and something that's positive. So it's an emotional not so great.
Very sound point. And then just, if anyone else can chime in, what are some of the, maybe negative stereotypes, you've come to associate with, or just from hearing about Africa in general, or Africans, other than the fact that we all live in trees?
I have this story. A month ago, I was talking to an African American here, and he told me he went to Ghana. He went to Ghana, and it's so beautiful. I've been taught, and then he told me he starts thinking, wait, Africa since Africa has a connection with the ocean, that means there has to be some beach. That means there has to be some nice beach. So he told me there is this deep misconception about Africa in the American society in this example, but it's the same whether or not we talk about Europe or Asia. But he told me it's so deep that people don't realize anymore. So now if people think about Africa, it's only in the negative way, because they have never been taught something positive in Africa, either in the textbook or in the media they watch every day. So I think it's a deep misrepresentation in Africa that make people think about the image you just show as being only what represents Africa.
Anybody else? Well, for all the reasons you've raised, it brings me to tonight's topic. It's not that people don't know anything about Africa or trying to be mean. It's just that there's so much misinformation out there, and really the mantle should be in our hands to define how we want to be seen. And so my topic tonight is basically, in order to gain respect, Africans must take charge for telling the story of Africa. And there's three main reasons. One, positive perception of Africa will lead to better treatment of Africans in the diaspora. Two, a positive perception of Africa will lead to sustainable development, not only of Africa, but of the world at large. Three, positive perception of Africa will emancipate Africa's youth. So if you can click on the next slide, Ashik. And no, you can.
The YouTube
No, we'll move past that. So let's picking up on point one. How can a positive perception of Africa lead to better treatment of diaspora Africans? Diaspora Africans normally face two main challenges. Number one is socially and academically. From my perspective, I can remember coming here as a naive teenager and being subjected to very, very cruel taunts